因為我哋已經冇晒退路，我哋太多嘅妥協啦，所以更加要俾佢哋睇到香港人嘅決心。
The people of Hong Kong are out in the streets.
呢個遊行對香港嘅未來可以話係歷史性嘅一刻咯，係香港。
Hundreds of thousands are demonstrating against a deeply unpopular bill.
呢個會影響全香港嘅市民，
因為呢條條例對香港嘅傷害係非常之大嘅。
But this is about a whole lot more than a bill. It's about the status of Hong Kong and the power China has over it. It's a fight to preserve the freedoms people have here, and it all started with a murder. What sparked these protests? China and Hong Kong are two very different places with a very complex political relationship, and the extradition bill threatens to give China more power over Hong Kong. See, Hong Kong is technically a part of China, but it operates as a semi-autonomous region. It all began in the late 1800s, when China lost a series of wars to Britain and ended up ceding Hong Kong for a period of 99 years. Hong Kong remained a British colony until 1997, when Britain gave it back to China under a special agreement. It was called One Country, Two Systems. It made Hong Kong a part of China, but it also said that Hong Kong would retain a high degree of autonomy, as well as democratic freedoms, like the right to vote, freedom of speech, freedom of the press, of assembly. And that made Hong Kong very different from mainland China, which is authoritarian. Citizens there don't have the same freedoms. Its legal system is often used to arrest, punish, and silence people who speak out against the state. But according to the agreement, one country, two systems wouldn't last forever. In 2047, Hong Kong is expected to fully become a part of China. The problem is, China isn't waiting for the deal to expire. Under the rule of Chinese leader Xi Jinping, pro-democracy leaders have already been arrested in Hong Kong, and mysterious abductions of booksellers have created a threat to free speech. But Hong Kong has been pushing back. In 2003, 500,000 Hong Kongers successfully fought legislation that would have punished speaking out against China. And in 2014, tens of thousands of protesters occupied the city for weeks to protest China's influence over Hong Kong's elections. Now, Hong Kongers are fighting the extradition bill because the bill is widely seen as the next step in China's encroachment on Hong Kong's autonomy.
因為我哋對呢個中國嘅法律係冇信心。
任何一個市民，如果係大陸政權，佢係唔中意你，佢可以用一個任何嘅理由。
如果那說難聽點，如果他們條例通過，那就代表香港淪陷。
I said, empty your mind. Be formless, shapeless, like water. Now you put water into a cup. It becomes the cup. You put water into a bottle, it becomes the bottle. You put it in a teapot, it becomes the teapot. Now water can flow, or it can crash. Be water, my friend.
the Chinese people do not know what is happening, and therefore, actually it's the regime that is allowing this virus to spread around.
In the name of humanity, or in the name of love, or in the name of God. I am B.RAHIMIAN as a JKD researcher or Bruce Lee's researcher. As a human. Hi everyone. I hope that you are all be okay. At this time, the real subject is the China government or China mafia, or who persons or who organizations that killed their master Bruce Lee. This is a real important, special for me. I think myself the China government, and on the other hand, the group of humankind research and more research until now, and receive that this treatment that include about the killing of, for example, Bruce Lee, or persons who has for example, free visions, who has free visions, is better. And we have and yesterday, and China government has a special ceremony. You know a special ceremony for his for example, 100 after 100 years, for example, the successful of politics of China on the world. For example, as a power, especially power China. China has produced, for example, coronavirus as a politics, as a behind the world, and on the other hand, we know that everything relates about the coronavirus, yes? Isn't that? Yes. And other politics like this that has controlled the people of the world, and so that getting money and getting a special power for their, for example, for their leading as a behind the world, as a mafia of the world, and I mean as a China, and one of the biggest mafia on the world. The China government is not your friend or my friend, for example, and our friend. That is enemy of a human. They are not human. I repeated, I emphasize that they are not human. And they thought that, for example, they killed the Bruce Lee. On the other we have, for example, we we have watched about we have heard about the evening of the Hong Kong protest, Hong Kong revolution of people of Hong Kong. Yes, and we can see Bruce Lee's, not Bruce Lee. We can see persons like Bruce Lee. That Bruce Lee's that has a special revolution in the Hong Kong. On the other hand, in Iraq. On the other hand, in Germany. On the other hand, other countries on the earth. Yes, legends never die. You can't crash the water, as the master Bruce Lee said. You can't crash the water. I'm talking to the mafia, China mafia, China government. I'm talking to the president of China. I have a special message to the president of the China. You cannot crash the water. Yes, you know what I mean. You cannot. And energy, or for example, like water movement has a special movement. You can't stop the water. Yes, you can't stop the love. You can't stop the human. For example, I am, for example, people of the world. We as a one family, as Bruce Lee said. We have one family. We are all on one, as Michael Jackson said, or other people. And for example, in Iran country, the people of the Iran has a special challenge with the government of Iran, as the Islamic Republic of Iran, and on the other hand is with China. And China entered the Iran. China enemy. China. The special group of China entered in Iran army group. Army group. And on the other hand, they have especially locations for produce as a Bitcoin. Yes, and on the other hand, Iranian people and people of Iran has not any light in their home. This is for example, Holocaust, very very bad situation. People of Iran stuck in the bad situation. You know, you can feel it. And China has a special aim for example, grabbing Iran country or other countries, even other countries. On the other hand, the government on British government. Yes, this is a mafia. Other country as and that joined to the mafia as a behind the wall. And we have especially for example, mafia as a Illuminati. And you can maybe you have heard about this, for example, word Illuminati. And I think myself they are biggest than Illuminati, and it has no name because, for example, they are together, and so that we can see them, we can see what they have planned for us. Yes, me and you and other people of the world. And awake people, be awake, be yourself. As Bruce Lee said, I am talking to the people of the world. Try to be awake. Try to be more, for example, more study, real study, as Bruce Lee said. real study, and you can see yourself. I can see myself at the first time as a human. And on the other hand, we can join together and have a special revolution. We can have a special revolution. Yes, this is a human. This is the reality as human. This is the power, real power of human. When we have for example, common thing as an aim, on the other hand, we can grabbing for example, especially successful in that aim. Yes, this is the human. And thank you very much for your listening to me. And I have a special message, special message to you, people of the world, and other countries like Germany. And on the other hand, for example, Prime Minister of Germany and Angela Merkel, and on the other hand, in other countries like Italy and so, for example, Norway and other country and European country, and even U.S. country, Mr. Joe Biden or Joe Biden. The people of Iran needs especially help, emergency, has a special has a stock in the emergency situation, and needs your help. Please help them, people of Iran. Yes, help to the people of Iran. And we have a special site as for example, www.facebook.com/Bruce Lee JKD School. Yes. And we have a special number that the group of human inside will stay to this page for your helping to the people of Iran. Thank you very much again for your attention to me or you. Thank you. Until next success.